subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Tara Lee. I'm a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. There are 3 things that I want to share when it comes to having safe, casual sex. People choose to have casual sex for different reasons. It could be they're very busy with their studies or career and they really do not want to be in a committed relationship. Another possible reason is they just got out of a committed relationship and they just want to have something casual, something fun for now, nothing too serious. There are people who have casual sex for different reasons. This video is not about judging anybody, but for you to be safe. So the first tip that I have for you obviously is when it comes to physical safety. Are you looking into contraception? What are you using to prevent sexually transmitted infection? So that needs to be some kind of a barrier. So is it going to be the external male condom? Is it also going to be like, for instance, the hormonal pill to prevent pregnancy? But although they prevent pregnancy, they don't prevent against sexually transmitted infections. So besides the external male condom or even the internal female condom, how about the use of dental dams? So dental dams can be made from a glove or even from a condom. So do look up how to make a dental dam if you cannot find one in your city. So dental dam acts as a barrier when you choose to have oral sex. So also another thing to think about when it comes to casual sex is maybe you want to reduce the exchange of bodily fluids. So maybe you do not want to give oral sex because sexually transmitted infections can be passed through oral sex even though the risk is low. So besides talking about safer sex practices, how about just being safe physically? Being in a place where you have sex, where you feel safe, you won't be interrupted. And so where might you hook up? So is it going to be a hotel, for instance? So think about this when it comes to physical safety. The next thing is the mental. Are you actually mentally clear about your reasons for wanting to engage in safer sex? And are you able to articulate this? Because you don't want to end up in a situation where you mean something, but the other person misunderstands you. You do not want to be hurting someone when it comes to being in these kinds of relationships. Whether it's a one-time thing or whether it's an ongoing thing, it's so important to have intentionality and communication around it. So are you mentally able to do this? Because if you cannot communicate your boundaries and be clear and intentional, you might end up hurting someone else and also in turn hurting yourself. So it's so important to be a good communicator as well. If you can't have these conversations around casual sex, then maybe you shouldn't be having it. It's so important to be adult, right? Because we are in, after all, adult sexual relationships. So learning how to speak out, learning to be mentally equipped is so important. Of course, I talked about physical, mental, and I want to talk about emotional. Okay, so don't just do things for the sake of doing. Don't just do things because other people are doing it. Don't do things out of boredom. Really ask yourself, am I doing this for the right reasons? Is it okay to do this? How do I feel about it? And besides the mental, I'm ready for all this. Emotions can come out, emotions can develop. So how are you going to be really clear in terms of not developing emotional bonds with your partner and then falling into a relationship that you never actually wanted? So being emotionally clear as well. So for instance, the bonding hormone, oxytocin is being released when you have sex. So maybe like being really clear about not having like very, very frequent hookups with the same person all the time, because then you are more likely going to be bonded and more likely going to just fall into a relationship. So maybe having like gaps between where you see this person, being very clear about your intention, being able to articulate this, communicate this are so important. So I've just shared 3 different areas for you to think about when it comes to safe casual sex. The first one is physical, goes without saying. The second is mental. Are you able to articulate your boundaries and also be really clear about your intentionality? The third one is be mindful of emotional bonding and be also clear about the emotions that can come up. Things can change, and this is what I think some people who agree to a casual sex situation are actually hoping for. So you really want to be really clear so that people don't end up getting hurt at the end of it. So this has been Martha doing this video for She the People TV.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.